Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the Strat-O-Matic 2015 Demolition League. We are in Series 6, and the live stream that was done on Saturday was the Cincinnati-Philadelphia game. And I get down to that because I inadvertently left Cincinnati out of the Series 5 video. So we're back to the normal progression. We've already done New York and Cleveland. So today it is the San Francisco Giants taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks from Chase Field, or whatever it's called now, Bob, whatever. I don't even know what it's called anymore. I'm not sure what it was called in 2015, I should say. Could have been Chase Field, Chase Park, Bank One Ballpark. It could have been most anything. But it is the San Francisco Giants against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll look now at our starting. Well, actually, I'll leave this here, I think. We'll leave that there. We'll look at the starting pitchers for today's game for the Arizona Diamondbacks. It will be Chase Anderson. And in 2015, he was 6-6 with a 4.30 ERA, but I will give his replay stats once the game gets going. And he'll be opposed by Chris Hudson of the Giants, 12-11, 3.95 ERA, and 31 starts. So that is those are your starting pitchers. Let's look at the starting lineups. Well, first of all, before we do, we'll go ahead and start starting lineups. Starting lineups. Giants did not roll any rest. So they have Blanco in left, Panic at second, Posey catching, Belt at first, Pence in right, Crawford at short, Duffy at third, Pagan in center, and Heston as the pitcher. For the Diamondbacks, all three guys that rolled for rest had to rest. So they have to rest Peralta, Hill, and Castillo. So that shuffled the lineup around a little bit. They have Inciarte in right, Ahmed at short, Goldschmidt at first, Pollock center, Lamb at third, Trumbo in left, Owens second base, Saltalamakia catching, and Anderson on the mound. Diamondbacks enter the game 6-9. Giants enter the game 5-10. This is Series 6 matchup 2, Game 1. Replay day is April 30th, 2015. Injury checks for both starting pitchers. They are ones, which means a 6-12 for either one will necessitate a check for an injury. Let's look at the bench and bullpen for both teams, so we know who we have available. First, for the visiting Giants on their bench, they have left-hander Nori Aoki, a couple of right-handers, Justin Maxwell and Casey McGee, switch hitter Ari Adrianza, and backup catcher Hector Sanchez. So those are the 5 bench players that the Giants have available. In their bullpen, they have the 2 left-handers, Jeremy Affeldt and Javier Lopez, and then 5 right-handers, Gene Machie, George Cantos, Yasmiro Petit, Sergio Romo, and the closer, Santiago Casilla. For the Diamondbacks, on their bench, again, you have the 3 guys that had to rest, Peralta, Hill, and Castillo. And then they also have switch hitter Cliff Pennington and right-hander Yosmani Tomas. So those are the 5 bench players for the Diamondbacks. In their bullpen, the 2 left-handers, Andrew Chafin and Oliver Perez. Right-handers Randall Delgado, Addison Reed, David Hernandez, Daniel Hudson, and the closer Brad Ziegler. So now you know who I have available and who I don't for this ball game. I've got the game up on the computer so I can have the stats as we go. Score sheet is off to the side. I do have the little base running things, so when Giants have people on base, you'll see those. Diamondbacks have people on base, you'll see these. All right, so Chase Anderson is your starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks. He enters the game 0-2 with a 4.42 ERA, 18 innings pitched, 21 hits, 2 walks, 23 strikeouts, and 4 home runs. And got our dice here, red and white, and got the black D20. So I think we are now ready to roll. Let me do one more check of the video. I don't want a sideways video like I had last time. So this one looks like it's okay at this point. See if I can dip this maybe just a hair to help fit in the rest of the line score there. And I still think everything shows up okay on the dice tray. Looks like everything fits in okay right there. All right, so I believe we are ready to roll. literally and figuratively. So leading things off will be Gregor Blanco. He is the left fielder. He enters the game only hitting 184 in 38 at-bats. No homers, 3 runs driven in. And this game between the Giants and the Diamondbacks is underway. It's a 3-4 for Blanco. He grounds to short, 1 away. Fortunately, it was not a 3-3 or it would have been an injury check. As it was, he grounds to short and there's 1 away. That will bring up the number 2 hitter, Joe Panik. And Joe Panik is crushing it. He's hitting 348 in 46 at-bats. No homers and 5 runs driven in. That's a 5-6 against the lefty, and that's a fly to center. So Panik is retired, 2 up and 2 down. And that brings up Buster Posey, the catcher. Posey, struggling early on. He probably needs a day off. Next game, I'll probably bench him and let Hector Sanchez catch. But he's only hitting a .183 in 60 at-bats, a homer and 4 runs driven in. So that's kind of why the Giants are struggling, because Posey is struggling. 3-11, and he's going to draw a 2-out walk, so at least that does something for him. But when your best player struggles, that doesn't bode well for your team. And that's a 2-out walk for Posey. And Posey is an E-stealer. He will not be held. And that will bring up the first baseman, Brandon Belt. He's also struggling, hitting only .231. Does have 3 homers and 7 runs driven in. It's a 5-11, and that's a single to center field. Posey will just stop at second base. As Pollock has a -1 arm in center field and don't want to take a chance. So that'll put runners at first and second. With 2 down, and now it's up to Hunter Pence. The right fielder, Hunter Pence, checks in. Hitting only .211, no homers and 2 runs driven in. Nobody's being held on base. 5-7, and that is a danger zone for Anderson. 1-13 is a double, 14-20 is a single. A run will score either way. That is a double for Hunter Pence. So an RBI double for Hunter Pence. And it is now 1-0 Giants on the RBI double for Hunter Pence. Belt did have to stop at third because of the 2 stars that came up. But Giants are in the lead. First base is open for Brandon Crawford, the batter. Crawford hitting .241, 3 homers and 5 runs driven in. I don't think you're going to walk Crawford. I think you have to pitch to him. That's a 3-6, and it's a pop out to second to end the inning. But the Giants strike first with a run in the top half, courtesy of the Hunter Pence double. And at the end of a half an inning of play, it's San Francisco 1 and the Diamondbacks coming to bat. And the pitcher, Chris Heston, coming out, enjoys a 1-0 lead to work with. And on the replay, Heston is 0-3, 4.08 ERA, 18 innings pitched, 19 hits, 11 walks, 13 strikeouts. So part of his 0-3 is obviously the run support not there. Giants have been struggling to score runs all season. Ender Inciarte will lead off for the Diamondbacks. He is currently hitting .288, no homers and 5 driven in. 6-8, and that's bad news for Heston. 1-4 is a triple. Anything else will be a leadoff double. And that's a leadoff double for Ender Inciarte. Leadoff double. And back come the Diamondbacks. Inciarte runs well. He'll have to be held at second base for Nick Ahmed. Ahmed enters the game hitting .222, 2 homers, 5 driven in. 2-4, and that is a pop up to second base. 1 away. It's a big out and for Heston because the runner did not advance. Still at second base for the Paul Goldschmidt. He's still got to deal with Goldschmidt and Pollock. Goldschmidt on the replay pounding it at 364. 3 homers, 9 driven in. 1-8, and he's going to keep doing it. There's a clutch symbol, but that's irrelevant in advance. Plus, there's not 2 outs. That's a single, 2 stars, and that will score the run to tie the game. So an RBI single for Paul Goldschmidt, and we are tied at a run apiece. But the problem is for Chris Heston is the D-backs are still batting. So Goldschmidt's at first. He's an A stealer. Do they want to send him with Pollock coming up? The arm of Posey is a -2, though, so I think they're going to hold him there and let A.J. Pollock do his thing. Pollock hitting 378, 3 homers, 9 driven in, so I don't think you want to run yourself out of an inning. We are tied at 1 apiece. 311, that's a ground ball first base C. That will move the runner up. There are now 2 outs. And Goldschmidt will take second base, so on the ground ball C, I like to call that a 3-1 put out. As Belt had to flip to Heston covering for out number 2. And that brings up the very much struggling Jake Lamb. Although he has improved a little bit, he's up over 100 now. He was well below 100. But he's hitting 104, no homers, 1 run driven in. 3-9, and that's a strikeout, and Lamb's struggles continue. And that's going to end the inning. After 1 inning of play, we are tied at 1 here at Chase Field, Bank One Ballpark, whatever it's called, or whatever it was called in 2015. And I realized in the last video I was playing the Phillies, I had Veterans Stadium in the background instead of their normal stadium. So I don't know what, I guess I had 1986 on my brain. That's probably what caused that. All right, so we start the top of the second, and it will be Matt Duffy. Duffy enters the game hitting 217, struggling like most of the Giant hitters are. No runs, 4 runs driven in. No homers, 4 runs driven in. That's a 112, and that's a home run chance, 1-10. So 1-10, Duffy will put the Giants in the lead. And it's a 10, right on the number. How about that? There is no robbing home runs in just advance, so that home run's going to stand. Home run, Matt Duffy. Giants reclaim the lead 2-1. As he didn't get all of it, but they got enough of it to get over the top of the fence. That's all that counted. And Giants are in the lead. That'll bring up center fielder Angel Pagan. He's hitting 240. No homers and 1 driven in. Anderson trying to shake off that home run. 6-9. Didn't shake it off good enough. Now Pagan has a chance, but he does have weak power, so it will not be a home run. Best it could be is a single. 1-7 is a single. 8-20 is a double. And that is a 6 because the 9's over here. That is a 6. So it is going to be a single. Would have been another home run had he not had weak power, but Anderson got away with it and gets the better result of a single. So single for Pagan, and that does set up Chris Heston to bunt. With the pitcher coming up, he is an A bunter, becomes a B bunter since they are expecting it. And we'll roll on the bunt chart, the advanced bunt chart. Pull that out. The advanced sacrifice chart, a 2d6 roll. We get a 6 as a B bunter. B bunter and a 6. Batters thrown up by third baseman rather, runners advance. So it's a 5-4 sacrifice hit. Heston does his job. Pagan moves up to second base on the sacrifice. Now 1 away. For the top of the order, and Blanco. Blanco grounded to short his first time up. Anderson now with Pagan, who runs well. He will be held at second base. 3-2, that is a ground. I'm sorry, that's a walk. I was looking at 2-2. 3-2 is a walk. So that's going to put 2 on with only 1 out. Good speed on the bases in Blanco and Pagan. They can run. And Anderson's in a little bit of hot water here early on. Joe Panic, the batter. Now you come up to the big boys, Panic and Posey. Although Panic's doing well, Posey is struggling, but Panic's a tough cookie. Did fly to center his first chance, but he's hitting 340 on the season. 6-4 against a lefty is a ground ball third base X. That is the third baseman Lamb. Lamb is a 3. 3-1 though. That's bad news. That's a horrible roll for Lamb and the Diamondbacks. A 3-1. 3-1 is a single 2 stars. So that will score the run. Other runner will take third. And it's yet another run on the board. Panic with a single. Blanco does take third. Scoring is Pagan. It is now a 3-1 Giants lead. Panic will not be held at first. And Buster Posey is your batter. Buster Posey, again, struggling big time. Unlike him. But the Giants as a whole are struggling. Except for a very select few like Panic. The rest of them are struggling. Posey did walk and score his first time up, though. Infield is playing for the double play. They're playing back for the double play. 6-5, and that is a fly to center field B. That's a sacrifice fly, and that will score the run. Sacrifice fly for Buster Posey as Blanco trots in to score. Score is now 4-1. So a 3 spot for the Giants here in the second inning. Anderson's in all sorts of trouble. Here is Brandon Belt. 5-8. Ground ball second base X. Second baseman is Owings, and Chris Owings is a 3. 3-12 is going to go to an error check. So we grab the error chart for a second baseman. And his error rating is an E6. 6, oh, that's a 12. That could be bad news. E6 and a 12, though, is a ground ball A, so they caught a break there. And that's going to end the inning. But 3 runs for the Giants. They take a 4-1 lead. And on that play, it's actually we're going to call that a fielder's choice. Fielder's choice to end the inning. Goes 4-6. But a 3 spot for the Giants, and they now enjoy and have given Chris Heston a 4-1 lead. And that brings up Mark Trumbo. He is the leadoff man for the Diamondbacks, playing right field. Initially wrote him as a left fielder. He's actually a right fielder. Inciarte is in left. Trumbo's not rated for left field. He's playing right field. So Trumbo on the replay, hitting .265, 4 homers and 5 driven in, rather. 4-6 against the righties, a fly to right. Heston gets the first out. And that will send us to Chris Owings, second baseman. And Chris Owings is hitting .075 in 40 at-bats, really struggling. 1 home run, this is his only RBI. 6-3, ground ball pitcher X, he is a 2 E33. So we're going to his error rating. He's an E33. Not very good, obviously. Most likely looking at an error. That is a 5, E33. E33 and a 5 is a 1-base error, so Chris Heston boots it. And Chris Owings is aboard on the E1. That brings up the catcher, Jared Saltalamakia. Saltalamakia on the replay. In limited duties, only had 5 at-bats. He is 1 for 5, a 200 average. No homers and 1 driven in. 5-8 against the switch hitter batting left is a ground ball second base X. That's Panic. Panic is a 1. 1 and a 10 is going to go to his error rating. And Joe Panic is an E4. And that's a 3. Oops. Second baseman, E4, and a 3 is a 1-base error. So how about that? Back-to-back errors by the Giants. One on Hudson, and now this one on Panic. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out. And that brings up the pitcher, Anderson. He's an A bunter, not a very good hitter. Only hit 104 in the season. So they're going to have him do a sacrifice. He becomes a B bunter. And that is a 4. B and a 4 for a sacrifice bunt. A B and a 4. Batter thrown up by pitcher. Runners advance. So that's going to go 1-4 on the sacrifice. Both runners will move up to second and third. There are now 2 outs. And it's going to be all up to Ender Inciarte to get the first run in the game for the Diamondbacks. So Inciarte stepping up in a big spot. 5-7, and that's damage done. Both runs will score. 1-3 is a double, 4-20 is a single. That's a double. So how about that? Ender Inciarte, a 2-run double. He doubled to start the game. He's doubled again. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Both these runs are unearned because of those errors. So how about that? Arizona right back in the game. It's 4-3. And now that I bring up the shortstop, Nick Ahmed, Inciarte will be held at second base. He runs really well. Heston 5-6. Ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. But the Diamondbacks pick up 2 to counter the 3 that the Giants scored. And at the end of 2, we got a 4-3 ball game. A little bit of a slugfest going on. And now we go to the top of the third. Chase Anderson giving a little bit of reprieve, getting some run support. And he'll be facing Hunter Pence. Start things out for the Giants. Pence doubled his first time up. 5-8. Ground ball to second. That is going to be Mr. Owens. He is a 3. 3 and a 4, that's going to be a base hit, I do believe. Yes, it is. A single, 1 star. So a leadoff single for Hunter Pence, as Owens was unable to get to that. And the hit parade continues. Pence now 2 for 2. He will be held, but he won't try to go anywhere. Brandon Crawford, the batter. .612, and that's an injury check for Chase Anderson. .612 is his injury factor, so there is a chance that he could be injured. We'll go to our injury chart for the pitcher. First, we'll resolve the at-bat. .612 against a lefty is a home run chance, because this could be insult to injury, literally. 1-11, and Brandon Crawford just hits a 2-run homer. It's gone. Brandon Crawford, a 2-run homer. That's going to be it for Anderson anyway, because he's ineffective. So he will come out anyway, but we're going to see if he has an extended injury or not. May have to miss a start. Right now it is 6-3 Giants, so their former offensive woes have left them. So Anderson's gone. And now we're looking at injury chances. 1-6, he'll be okay. Anything else, he will miss time. That's a 6, so he's okay. Doesn't miss any starts, but he will be lifted because he's just ineffective. So Chase Anderson is gone, and now it's up to the Arizona bullpen to log some innings. They will have to do some major innings. So let's see who they're going to go to out of the pen. Who's got long relief? And the guy that's got long relief is Randall Delgado. He's got a 2 there. So Randall Delgado will be called upon to try to eat up some innings. So Pence led off with a single, and then Crawford stepped up and hit his 4th home run, RBI 6 and 7, to make it a 6-2 game. And now entering the game is Randall Delgado. He is on. So Randall Delgado will be on. Try to curb the Giant onslaught, and which is very unusual because they've been struggling so much to score runs. That'll bring up Duffy. He homered his first time up. Delgado on the replay, 0-1 with a 3.38 ERA, 8 innings pitched, 4 hits, 8 walks, 9 strikeouts. He's just trying to eat some innings. 5-4 is a catcher X. Catcher in this case is Saltalamakia. He is a 4. 4 and a 5 as a catcher. A 4 and a 5. Wild pitch and a pop out, but nobody's on base, so it's just going to be a pop out. So he pops out to Saltalamakia for out number 1. And that brings up Angel Pagan. He singled and scored his first time up. 3-4 for Pagan. He's going to pop out to second. He had a lot of hits in column 3, but this one he found a pop out to second. 2 down. And at least early on, Delgado is helping the Diamondbacks out by getting some outs. Here's Chris Heston. Sacrifice bunt his first time up. His first chance to really swing. And he hits a Lomax. Liner out to third to end the inning. But damage done. 2 more runs come in. And we go to the bottom of the third. 6-3 Giants. Chris Heston can't complain about run support today. He's getting it in spades. And it's up to him to keep that lead going. He has not been sharp either. 3 runs in 2 innings, but of course 2 of those runs were unearned. Here's Goldschmidt. It's a 1-9, and that's a strikeout. Boy, 110 would have been a homer, but 1-9 is a strikeout. So he kind of escaped the big-time damage right there against a tough hitter in Goldschmidt. 1 down, and here's A.J. Pollock. 2-5, and that's a 1-4 triple, 5-20 double. That is a double for A.J. Pollock. A 1-out double for A.J. Pollock. He's in scoring position for Jake Lamb. Lamb struck out his first chance. His struggles all season. Trying to get a big hit here, though. 5-4, won't do it necessarily, but he might. 5-4 is a fly center field X. That's Pagan. Pagan is a 4 in center field. And that's a 12, probably going to an error check, which is going to help him out. His error rating is E5, so he's got a better chance with the error check. E5 and a 4. E5 and a 4, though, is a 2-base error, so it ended up not being a better chance. A 2-base error, and that will score the run. E8, 3rd error of the game on the Giants. Yet they are leading 6-4. But the errors are keeping the Diamondbacks in the game. So 2-base error cuts the lead to 6-4. Here's Mark Trumbo. Heston getting the run support, but not getting the fielding support. Trumbo 4-6 against the righty fly to right. There is a B there. But Lamb doesn't run all that well, and they're behind 6-4. So moving up to third with 2 outs really is not much of an advantage, so they're going to hold him there. They don't want to take the chance that he would not make it. So it's going to be up to Chris Owings to get the run home. 6-9, and he will get the run home. That's a 1-7 triple, 8-20 double. That is a double for Chris Owings. That run is unearned as well, but the Diamondbacks will take it. It is 6-5. And that'll bring up Saltalamakia. First base is open. They could walk Saltalamakia and force the Diamondbacks' hand with Delgado. But do you want to keep putting guys on base is the question, because they could pinch hit for Delgado. I think they're going and pitch to Saltalamakia. 1-7, and they walked him, so it was an unintentional walk. And that will now bring up the pitcher spot, Delgado. And they will call him back because they need offense. You got 7 pitchers in the bullpen, so they can go with bullpen game if they have to. So they're going to the pinch hitter. They can't use Peralta because he had to rest. They can't use Hill or Castillo, but they can use Cliff Pennington, or Yasmani Tomas. And they're going to go to the switch hitting. Let's see. No, they're going to go to the better hitter, which is Yasmani Tomas. Even though he's a righty, he is a better hitter. So Yasmani Tomas will be coming on to pinch hit for the Diamondbacks. They don't want to use up Pennington this early because he's a utility guy, can play a lot of defensive positions, and you don't want to burn him this early. So Yasmani Tomas is your pinch hitter for Arizona. And on the replay, Tomas, 227 hitter, homer and 3 runs driven in. Heston trying to get out of this. 4-8. 1-12 is a single. It would load the bases. 13-20. And they ground to Duffy at third to end the inning. That's a 13, so Duffy grabs it, throws over for the final out. But Arizona matches the 2 runs by San Francisco with 2 of their own. And at the end of 3, it is a 6-5 game. I did not, no way near, expect this kind of offense in this game. But, boy, are we getting it. We go to the 4th. And there'll be a new pitcher for Arizona. They're starting 4th inning. They've already using their 3rd pitcher. So Arizona, let's see who they're going to turn to. For the Giants, they have 3 out of 4 lefties coming up. So they're going to a left-hander out of the pen. And it will be Andrew Chafin because he does have a 2 for his relief rating. So they will turn to Andrew Chafin out of the pen. And on the replay, Andrew Chafin, 0-0 with a 4.76 ERA, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. So Andrew Chafin will get the call. 3rd pitcher used by the Diamondbacks. We're just in the 4th inning of a 6-5 ball game. Here's Gregor Blanco to lead it off. Grounded to short and walked. 5-5 against the lefty is a strikeout. So Chafin gets the strikeout to start the 4th. 1 away for Joe Panic. 5-7, and that's a 1-2 double. 3-20, he flies to center. And it's put away out there by Pollock for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down. Chafin trying to bring some stability to the pitching staff. Gets a strikeout and a fly to center to start the top of the 4th. Now here's Buster Posey. 3-7 against a left-hander is a ground ball to short. It's a 1-2-3 inning. So Chafin definitely does his job. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still a 6-5 game rather. And Chris Heston back out, but he's on shaky ground. He gives up 1 more run. He'll be tired. And he's going to face Ender Inciarte. Top of the order for the Diamondbacks. 2-3 is a walk, so that's not a good start for Mr. Heston to walk the leadoff man who can run. So Inciarte doubled his first 2 times, and now this time he walks. Do they want to try to send him? He's an ace dealer, starts at the 15, being held makes him a 13, but Posey's a -2, drops him to an 11. So I think they're going to hold him there for Nick Ahmed. Nick Ahmed is your batter. Ahmed 0 for 2, popped to second and grounded to short. 2-7, and he will walk. So back-to-back base on balls by Heston. Whoops, wrong side. Back-to-back base on balls by Heston, and the bullpen for the Giants is feverishly loosening. as they do have a right-hander down in their bullpen. Right-handed activity is in the bullpen for the Giants, and it is right-hander Gene Machie. So Gene Machie is loosening in the bullpen. Actually, no, it's not Gene Machie. It's Josmiro Petit. He can pitch a little bit longer. So it is Petit in the bullpen after the back-to-back walks. And here's Goldschmidt. Danger zone for Heston right here. 4-6. Fly to right. That's one away, but the runner in second can try to get to third, and this would be a good time to do it with only one out. Runner at second is Inciarte. He runs at a 16. To go from second to third, you add 2, gives him an 18. The right fielder arm, Pence, is a -1's a 17. So 1 to 17, he makes it. 18 to 19, he holds. 20, he's out. That's a 14, so he will make it to third base. So now runners are at the corners with 1 out. And now A.J. Pollock is up. Double play could get him out of the inning. But Pollock is a tough guy to double up. Let's see how they want to play it. The runner on first, Ahmed, is a D stealer, so he will not be held. So runners are at the corners. 1 out, runner not being held. They're going to play for the double play. They're going to play back for the double play, see if they can turn 2. 5-9, ground ball shortstop X. That is Mr. Crawford, and Crawford is a 1. They could turn the double play right here, possibly. 1 to 13, though, I believe goes to an error check for shortstop. No, it doesn't. 1 and 13 fits. It's a ground ball A. It's a 6-4-3 double play, just what the doctor ordered. 6 to 4 to 3, and they keep the Diamondbacks off the board. And at the end of 4, it is still 6 to 5 in favor of the Giants. So huge double play turned in there by Crawford, and the decision to play back paid off. So Chafin back out for the Diamondbacks. So we'll be facing Belt, Pence, and Crawford to start the 5th in a 6 to 5 game. 1-7 for Belt. That's a double. So a leadoff double for Brandon Belt to start the top of the 5th. As the hit parade continues, it seems. Here's Pence. He's doubled and singled his first 2 times up. Runner on second, Belt, is not going to be held on. 5-3. That's a ground ball. Pitcher X. He's a 3 E20. 3 E20. Check the 3. 3 and a 6 is probably, for a pitcher, is going to go to his error check. So he's an E20. And we roll an 8. E20 and an 8 is a ground ball A. So how about that? So he makes the play for out number 1, freezes the runner at second. 1 down. And that takes us to Brandon Crawford for another lefty-on-lefty matchup, although Crawford did homer his last time up. Yeah, 2-run homer his last time up. It's also popped to second. 3-10, and it's a ground ball second base C. That will move the runner to third, but now there are 2 outs. So runner at third, but now 2 outs. As that ground ball to second moves the runner over. Actually, ground ball to first. No, I'm sorry, it's to second because it was against the lefty. So it is a ground ball to second. Make sure I got that right. So now it's up to Matt Duffy. Pagan is on deck, so you can't really pitch around Duffy. So Chafin's going to pitch to him. 4-9, ground ball shortstop X. So now we're looking at Nick Ahmed. He's a 2. Chance to get out of this with a good result. 2 and an 18, that's good all day, and that's going to end the inning. So Chafin does his job. Andrew Chafin. He pitches 2 innings, faces 7 batters, and keeps the score where it is at 6-5. So now Hudson coming back out. He's got to complete this inning to qualify for a win. Chafin's day is done, so they'll bring a new pitcher in the top of the 6th. Right now, Hudson will be facing Jake Lamb. It'll be Lamb, Trumbo, and Owings due up for the Diamondbacks as they still trail at 6-5. 2-11, and that's a fly to right, 1 away. So Hudson kind of settling in just a little bit. None too soon because he was getting ready to be removed from the game. That'll bring up Trumbo. He's 0 for 2. He's flied to right twice. 2-8, and this time he's going to ground to third for out number 2. And that'll bring up Chris Owings. It's a 1-3, and that's a walk. So a 2-out walk to Chris Owings keeps the inning going for Jared Saltalamakia. So Saltalamakia is up. He is 0 for 1. He walked and reached on an error. 3-8, and that's a ground ball right back to Hudson to end the inning. So Hudson does make it through the 5 innings, and he will be lifted because he is set to bat second next inning. So that's going to do it for Hudson. He's going to go 5 innings, and he's going to face 26 batters. And as of right now, he leads with a 6-5 lead, but that is precarious at best. So Pagan will lead off the festivities for the Giants, but then we will get a pinch hitter for Hudson. And we need a new pitcher for Arizona as well, as Chafin's day is done. So they will go to another right-hander, David Hernandez, I believe. Yep, Hernandez is on. So let's bring in Mr. Hernandez. Catch his numbers on the replay. David Hernandez. On the replay, he is 0-0 with a 1.42 ERA, 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So pretty good job there. He's there just to pitch this 1 inning. They're not going to double switch. He's just going to come in for his 1 inning. So Hernandez is on to pitch only the 6th inning. That's it. It'll be Pagan and then a pinch hitter for Hudson. And the pinch hitter will be, looks like it'll be Nori Aoki. So we're going to have Pagan, then Aoki. Due up for the Giants. Pagan, Aoki, and Blanco. So 3 guys that can really motor on the bases if they reach. First things first, it is Angel Pagan against Hernandez. 6-8 against a switch hitter batting left is a ground ball second base X. Second baseman is Owings. He's a 3. 3 and a 15 should be okay. 3 and a 15 is a ground ball C, which is good enough. So he's out of there. Pagan is out. 4-3. And now the call to the bench for Nori Aoki. And Aoki on the replay is hitting .213, no homers, 2 driven in. Nori Aoki, the pinch hitter. 5-10, and that's a walk. So Nori Aoki draws a 1-out walk. He's a B stealer. He will have to be held. Not sure if he's going to go anywhere. Although Saltalamakia is a +2 arm. So let's see. B is a 13, but -3 for being held is a 10, plus the 2 from Saltalamakia is a 12. So they will send him. 1 to 12, they're going to run him. 1 to 12, they're going to send him. And he's thrown out. So try to be aggressive, and it didn't work. Caught stealing. It's going to go 2 to 6 as Ahmed put on the tag. So Aoki drew the walk, but then just that fast gets caught stealing. 2 outs, base is clear now for Gregor Blanco. And that's the end of the line for Aoki. His day is done. So here is Blanco. 3-7 for Blanco. He flies to center, and that's going to end the inning. So Hernandez did his job. He went 1 inning of shutout relief. Caught stealing certainly helped. No doubt about that. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 6-5. Favor of the Giants. And now we need a new pitcher for the Giants as Heston went his 5. But now looks like Gene Machie is going to probably be the guy to come up. Let's see who they're going to be facing for the Diamondbacks. It'll be the top of the order. I'm sorry, it'll be a pinch hitter and then the top of the order. So you got pinch hitter, lefty, righty, righty. So I guess they're going to stick with the righty and Gene Machie. So Gene Machie will be on. And we need a pinch hitter for the pitcher Hernandez. They cannot use Peralta because we're not in the 7th inning yet. That's who they'd like to use, but they're going to end up having to use Cliff Pennington because all the other 3 are resting. So the only guy available to pinch hit is Cliff Pennington. The decision was kind of taken out of their hands because of the rest roll. So Cliff Pennington is aboard, and the new pitcher is Gene Machie. On the replay, Machie is 0-1 with a 1.69 ERA, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. And on the replay, Cliff Pennington is hitting .263, a homer, and 4 driven in. So Cliff Pennington will be facing Machie in a 6-5 game. It was 6-5 after 3, but this middle 3 innings have stabilized, and the pitching has turned it around. So Cliff Pennington is going to lead things off against Machie. 3-6, and he flies to left for out number 1, but they had no choice. He's the only guy they had available by rule, or by my rule at least anyway. Got to wait till the 7th to bring in rested players. I think I got that from Tenacious Earl. I'm not sure. I think that's who had to be who I got it from because I don't know anybody else that uses injuries or rest. Here's Inciarte, 6'9", and it's a ground ball to first. 2 down. Let me check Machie to make sure 6'9" is not an injury chance for him. I need to get the injury chart and see what Machie's rating is. Machie is... He's in the extra players apparently because I don't see him with the Giants on the roster sheet. So he must be with the extra players. Machie is, because he went to Boston after that. So he's with the Boston, I guess, right? Is that where he's at? No, he's in the extra players regardless. So Machie is, where'd you go, Machie? Doesn't say. Or does it? Let's see here. Machie is a pitcher. Oh, he's a 2. So that's a 6'11". So 6'9" was fine. No problems there on 6'9". So Inciarte grounds out number 2. And here's Nick Ahmed. So 6'11" Machie's got to worry about. So 1-3. That's a ground ball to first again to end the inning. So how about that? The first 3 innings was chaos with all these runs. The middle 3 innings, all goose eggs. Go figure. We go to the 7th. It is still 6-5. And we need a new pitcher for Arizona. As Hernandez pitched his 1 inning. And let's see, coming up for the Giants, it'll be Pollock, Posey and Belt, 2 out of 3 lefties, but do they really want to use their other lefty? I think they want to save their other lefty as long as possible. So I believe they're going to go to a right-hander out of the pen, and it will be Addison Reed, who would later get traded to the Mets. But Addison Reed is on. He will be the new pitcher. And for Addison Reed, on the replay, is 1-0 with a 4.26 ERA, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 6 walks, 10 strikeouts. And he'll be facing Joe Panik to start the top of the 7th. So now, for Arizona, those guys that rested can now come into the game. They are now eligible since we've reached the 7th. So it'll be Panik, Posey, and Belt against Addison Reed. 6-2, that's a ground ball to second, 1 away. As Owens puts it away and flips over to Goldschmidt for an easy play. 1 down, and that brings up Buster Posey. .610, and let's check Addison Reed for his particular injury, because anytime you get the 6 with a high number, there's always a chance there is an injury factor. Addison Reed, let's check his number. He's a 1, so it's a 612, so he's okay with 610. So 610 is a catcher X. Catcher is Saltalamakia. He's a 4. 4 and an 18. With nobody's on base, there's no chance of any pass balls or anything. 4 and an 18 is a pass ball and a foul out, but nobody's on base, so it's simply a foul out for out number 2. So 1 catcher fouls out to the other. 2 down, and here's Brandon Belt to battle the bullpens, and they've been steady in the last 3 innings. 2-9, and they're still steady. That's a strikeout to end the inning. So Addison Reed did his job. 1, 2, 3. We go to the 7th inning stretch here in Arizona. Score still holding at 6-5. Gene Machie pitched a 1, 2, 3 bottom of the 6th, so he's going to stay in there for the 7th. It is a 7th inning stretch. Senior, take me out to the ball games. I'm going to stand up for just a moment and stretch myself. I've been sitting here for I don't know how many minutes. 52 minutes it looks like, according to the phone up there, and I'm looking through now. 52 minutes, so we're going to stretch a bit and try to wrap this thing up. It's a long game because of all the offense early on. Accounted for that. It's Goldschmidt, Pollock, and Lamb due up for the Diamondbacks here in the top or bottom of the 7th, rather, trailing 6-5. Gene Machie in his 2nd inning of work. Bullpen activity for the Giants. They do have left-hander Javier Lopez loosening in the bullpen for when they get down to Lamb if there's still trouble from Machie. All right, so I think we are okay to keep rolling. Let me adjust this just a hair. I think that helps a little bit, maybe. We'll see. All right, 6-5, bottom of the 7th we go. I'll sit back down and we'll finish this game. Machie to Goldschmidt. 3-3, and that's a ground ball to first. C. It's going to be a 3-1 ground out. Super advanced, we'll be looking at a split chance there, but just advanced. It's a ground out to Belt, who flips to Machie covering for out number 1. And that brings up A.J. Pollock. 3-7 for Pollock. He grounds to short, out number 2. So Machie gets 2 big outs against the best hitters the D-backs have to offer. And now with the lefty Lamb coming in, they're going to let Machie continue because it's 2 outs, base is empty. So they're going to let him pitch to the struggling Lamb. 3-7, and it's a good move. Fly to center, ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 inning for Machie. So Gene Machie goes 2 innings and retires all 6 he faces. How about that? No problemo whatsoever as he goes 6 up and 6 down. Does his job for sure. And now we go to the top of the 8th, still 6-5. Addison Reed only faced 3 batters, so he's coming back out to pitch the 8th. Of course, new pitcher for the Giants will be coming on in the bottom of the 8th. And Reed will face Hunter Pence, right fielder, to lead off the bottom of the 8th, or top of the 8th rather, in a 6-5 game. 5-6, and that's a single. Leadoff single by Hunter Pence. And Addison Reed is aboard, or Pence is aboard rather. He's a C stealer. He will be held, but he's not going to try to go anywhere. And that will bring up Brandon Crawford. He homered back in the 30s, 1 for 3. 2-4, and that's a ground ball pitcher A. That's a double play. That's going to go 1-6-3 on the double play. Pitcher's best friend for sure, particularly if you ask Addison Reed. 2 quick outs. And so 2 quick outs brings up Matt Duffy. This will be Reed's last inning of work, because 2 innings are going to cap him at 2 innings, regardless. 6-4, fly ball center field X. That is Pollock. He's a 1. And a 9, that's going to go to error check on a 1 and a 9. And Pollock's error rating is a 3. E3. E3 and a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball B. That's good enough to make the play and retire the side. So nothing doing for the Giants. Addison Reed pitches 2 shutout innings of relief, facing the minimum of 6 thanks to the double play. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, still 6-5 ball game. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Giants, as Trumbo is your scheduled hitter. So the Giants will be going to their bullpen for another right-hander. And this time the right-hander will be Sergio Romo. He's kind of the setup guy for their closer, Casilla. So Romo it is. Sergio Romo to come on. And on the replay, Romo has struggled. He's 1-0, but his ERA is 7.94. 6 innings pitched, 11 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts and a homer. So Romo maybe on a short leash here. He's going to face Trumbo, Owens, and Saltalamakia, although we are in the 8th, so Peralta, Hill, and Castillo are all available to pinch hit. But we're starting with Trumbo, 5-10. Struck him out, so Romo gets a big strikeout there to start the 8th inning, rather. And that brings up Chris Owens. And do we pinch? They're going to pinch hit for Chris Owens. So the Diamondbacks will now go to their bench. And they have available, they have Aaron Hill, Peralta, and Castillo. So they're going to go to Aaron Hill to pinch hit for Owens. A little bit better hitter. Not much better, but a little bit better. So they want to save Peralta for the pitcher spot. So they're going to use Aaron Hill, and he will stay in the game to play second base in the 9th. So after Trumbo struck out to start the inning, they will bring on Aaron Hill, see if he can spark something. Hill on the replay. He is hitting .240, no homers and a run driven in. Romo to Hill, 6-5, struck him out. So just like that, 2 quick outs. And they're going to leave Saltalamakia in there to hit with 2 outs and the bases empty. 2 strikeouts in a row by Romo. Saltalamakia, the batter. 2-2, and it's a Lomax to end the inning. So that's Romo does his job, 3 up and 3 down. We go to the 9th. It is still 6-5. It was like that after 3, but the middle 5 innings have all been goose eggs. Unbelievable how that happened. So Romo will come in and retire all 3 he faces, setting up for Castillo in the 9th. Diamondbacks will go to their bullpen. First, they got to put Aaron Hill at second base and make sure he's there where he's supposed to be. New pitcher for the Diamondbacks will be, let's see who's coming up. First, we got to see who's coming up for the Giants. It's Pagan, a pinch hitter and then Blanco. So they're going to, I believe they're going to go to their lefty Perez. So they're going to Oliver Perez out of the bullpen. Their other lefty, they already used Chafin, now they're using Perez. Perez is the 6th pitcher used by the Diamondbacks. But when the starting pitcher gets knocked out so early, you kind of have to do that. So Perez is on. And the numbers on Perez on the replay is 1-0 with a 1.42 ERA. 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. So very, very nice performance there by Perez. He'll face Pagan and then a pinch hitter for Romo. And then the top of the order and Blanco. First things first, Perez against the switch hitting Pagan, now batting right-handed. That's a 6-7, and that's a walk. So Perez walks Pagan to start the top of the 9th. Not a good thing to do. You don't want to start walking guys. Pagan, B stealer, he will have to be held. Don't know if they would try to steal him or exactly what they want to do with that. On their bench, as far as pinch hitting goes, the Giants have a couple of righties. They got Maxwell and McGee, and I think it's going to be Casey McGee who will pinch hit here. No thought of bunting. They will just have him. Or do they want to bring in somebody that can bunt? Let's see. They might use Adrianza. Adrianza is a good bunter. Actually, they're going to pull McGee back, and they're going to use Adrianza because he's the better bunter, and the situation really calls for a bunt. So it will be Ari Adrianza. He's a B bunter. He turns into a C bunter. But that's what they're going to play the percentages with. Adrianza is a C bunter. Roll the 2d6s as we get the advanced bunt chart. C bunter and a 7. Should be okay. C and a 7, batter thrown out by first baseman, runners advance. So it's a good sacrifice. 3-4. Moves Pagan to second on the sacrifice. 1 down. Adrianza did the job they asked him to do. And it sets it up for Gregor Blanco, lefty on lefty. They could pinch hit for Blanco, but they like his defense. He's a 1 in left field, so they're going to leave him there with the lead. If they were behind, they'd pinch hit, but they're going to leave him in there. Lefty on lefty, that's a 2-11, and he comes through with a single to left field anyway. So how about that? A single to left field for Blanco. And in left field for the Diamondbacks is Trumbo. He's got a 0 arm. Pagan runs at a 14. He was being held, makes him a 13. 1-13, or I think they're going to hold him up at third base. So runners are now at the corners with 1 out. Runners are at the corners, 1 out for Joe Panic. And the infield is going to have to come in for the Diamondbacks. I don't think they can trust that they can turn a double play. They're going to have to come in, and they'll have to hope that they avoid that 3-7 roll, because that's the one that would get them with the infield in. But other than 3-7, they'll be safe on the infield in. So they're bringing the infield in, try to choke that runoff. Perez to Panic. 5-7. It's a ground ball, second base X. That is the new second baseman, Hill, who is a 4. 4 and a 5 is probably going to get through for a hit. Almost certainly. A 4 and a 5 is a single, 2 stars. So he pokes it through the infield, and the Giants get an insurance run courtesy of Joe Panic, and Perez was not the answer. He's going to be pulled. Pagan scores to give the Giants a 7-5 lead. Blanco takes third, so now runners at the corners with only 1 out. Perez will be lifted. And he's showing us tired, but he's going to be lifted anyway, so don't worry about that. It'll be Hudson coming on for the Diamondbacks. They will go to Daniel Hudson to try to get out of this. So Perez's day is done, and they will use pitcher number 7, Daniel Hudson. And he will face Buster Posey Infield's going to still have to be in because they really just can't afford to take a chance that you get a ground ball B and the run scores. So you got to choke that runoff down by 2 runs. So Hudson is on, and Hudson on the replay is 0-0 with a 2.45 ERA, 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, no walks, 9 strikeouts. So he's done a good job. Infield is in. They got to worry about that 3-7 result off Posey. That's the main one to worry about. If they don't get 3-7, they don't have to worry about it. Except they need Hudson to get the out. 5-7. It's a strikeout, so Hudson gets a big strikeout. He comes in and strikes out Buster Posey for out number 2. Now you got the dangerous Brandon Belt, a lefty, but Hudson's going to stay in there. They have no other lefties in the bullpen. They've used them both. But now the infield is back to normal as Hudson faces Belt. 6-7, and it's a ground ball, second base X. Again, we're going back to Hill, who's only a 4. 4 and a 10 is going to go to his error check. That will help him out a little bit. Becomes an E8. E8 is the second baseman. And an 8. E8 and an 8. E8 and an 8 is a ground ball A. So, in fact, they went to his error check and not his range check. It helped him out. And they retired the side without any further damage done. But 1 run does come in for the Giants, and they do take a 7-5 lead as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And the closer, Santiago Casilla, will be on for the Giants. And on the 2015 season, he had 38 saves, 4-2, 2.79 ERA, and 38 saves. So he will be on. Santiago Casilla. And the leadoff spot is the pitcher, Hudson, but of course he's going to be pinch hit for by Peralta. That's why they say Peralta as long as they could. They will be using Peralta off the bench to pinch hit for the Diamondbacks, as he's going to try to get something started, kind of like a pseudo leadoff man. It'll be Peralta, Inciarte, and Ahmed. And Peralta hitting .233, 3 homers and 6 runs driven in on the replay. Casilla on the replay, 0-1, 4.15 ERA with 4 saves. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. 7-5, bottom of the 9th, Peralta the pinch hitter. 4-4 against Casilla, and that's a fly ball center field X. That's Pagan. He is a 4 in center field. This might drop. 4 and a 9 might go to his error check. 4 and a 9 does go to an error check. Pagan's an E5. That is an 11. E5 and an 11 is a fly ball B. So Pagan shaky, but makes the play for the first out of the inning. So a very shaky start, but did what he had to make the catch. And Peralta fails in the pinch. So 1 away for Ender Inciarte. If they can get anybody to reach at all, that'll bring up Goldschmidt. But you got to get somebody on base. Here's Inciarte. 1-5, ground ball to second. That's 2 down. Casilla doesn't want to see Goldschmidt. He's trying to go a 1-2-3 inning as best as possible. Nick Ahmed is your batter. Nick Ahmed has to try to extend the game. 5-5, struck him out, and that's going to do it. A rare 1-2-3 ninth inning in the Demolition League, but Casilla said, no way, I'm not facing Goldschmidt. I'm getting these guys out of here. And that's what he did to end the ball game. 7-5, your final. As the Giants now improve to 6-10, Diamondbacks fall to 6-10 with a 7-5 victory. For the Giants, 7 runs, 11 hits. They did commit 3 errors. Diamondbacks, 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And we'll get to our box score. And check out all the rest of the totals. So, left on base. Giants left on, they both left on 6, actually. All right, so the winning pitcher in this one is Chris Heston. He gets his first win. He's now 1-3. And the losing pitcher is Anderson. He's now 0-3. And again, Anderson only went 2 innings, which really taxed their bullpen. They had to use Delgado for 1, Chafin for 2, Hernandez for 1, Reed for 2, Perez for a 3rd, and Hudson for a 3rd. So they really got taxed on the bullpen. And Anderson, I believe, only went... Let's see. All right, so runs, hits, and errors, 7, 11, 3, and 6. Score sheet's kind of messy. I'll show you that in a second. All right, the save to Casilla, and it was his 5th. So he's near the league lead in saves. He saved 5 of the 6 Giant wins. So the Giants win it 7-5. There's your kind of rough-looking score sheet. 7-5 the final. Heston the win, 1-3. Anderson the loss, 0-3. Casilla his 5th save. Line scores a little bit, obviously a lot more neater than what I've got on here. But there's your game. Star of the game, if you had to give it to somebody, I guess, would be Brandon Crawford, as he was 3 for. I'm sorry, not Brandon Crawford. It was Hunter Pence. He was 3 for 4. Was Hunter Pence. Home runs in the game, Crawford is 4th, Duffy is 1st. But Hunter Pence did double, 2 singles, a double, to go 3 for 4. Run scored and a run driven in. Of course, the bullpen for the Giants, 4 innings pitched and no hits. So they pitched 4 innings of relief, gave up no hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. So once they got to the bullpen, once they got to that bullpen in the 6th inning, the Diamondbacks did not have a batter reach. So once they got to the 6th, that was it. So you're talking 12 in a row right here and 13 in a row going back to here. So what started out good for the Diamondbacks ended up not so good. So the Giants win it. They improved to 6-10. Diamondbacks fall to 6-10. And that's going to do it for this game in matchup number 6. Next game on the video, it'll be the Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays. Not sure when that's going to be played, or when it's going to be uploaded or whatever, but that's the next one on the schedule. Cincinnati Philly was the live game I did Saturday. I'm recording this one here on Saturday, probably posted on Monday. And then Houston Tampa, I'll probably try to post that on a Wednesday. And Seattle Boston, I'll try to post that on a Friday so I can clear the schedule and get ready for the 1986 game of the NBC game of the week on Inside Pitch, Payoff Pitch, Strat-O-Matic, and APA. So that's going to do it from here. Giants win it 7-5. They both now are 6-10, but they're all looking up at the Mets, who are in first place at the moment. And a quick look at the standings shows the Mets at 11-5. So San Francisco and Arizona are tied at 6-10, 5 games back. They're tied for next to last. The only thing keeping them out of last is the Phillies. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of the 2015 Strat-O-Matic Demolition League. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, how you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.